Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
The following feature was produced by Period 5 Advanced Productions.
Good morning, Frankfort High School. My name is Sergeant Dexter Carone, and I am a soldier with the United States Army National Guard. I would like to thank the school's administration for allowing me to speak with you all today. Today is Veterans Day, a day to honor our service members and to remember the sacrifices they have made and all of the courage it takes to defend our country's freedom. Service members we honor today came from all walks of life, but they shared several fundamental qualities. They possessed courage, pride, determination, selflessness, dedication to duty, and integrity, all qualities needed to serve a cause larger than oneself. Many of them didn't ask to leave their homes to fight on distant battlefields. Many didn't even volunteer. They didn't go to war because they loved fighting. They were called to be part of something bigger than themselves. They were ordinary people who responded in extraordinary ways in extreme times. They rose to this nation's call because they wanted to protect a nation which has given us so much. Since the first shots at Lexington and Concord were fired and our Revolutionary War begun, American men and women have been answering this nation's call to duty. Millions of Americans have fought and died on battlefields here and abroad to defend our freedoms and way of life. Today, our troops continue to make the ultimate sacrifices, and even as we lose troops, more Americans step forward to say, "I am ready to serve." They follow in our footsteps of generations of fine Americans. Veterans Day, originally called Armistice Day, was originally designated as a day to celebrate the end of World War I. The First World War ended on November 11th, 1918, and the legislation that created Veterans Day was, and I quote, "dedicated to the cause of world peace and to be hereafter celebrated known as Armistice Day." As time went on and we engaged in further conflicts during World War II in Korea, veterans groups lobbied for a change. Rather than honoring the armistice and only those who served in World War I, the holiday would now honor all veterans from every war and conflict the United States had encountered. We've honored our troops and their service and the sacrifice ever since. We have awarded medals to many soldiers, added their names to monuments, and named buildings for them to honor their bravery, but nothing can ever replace the hole left behind by a fallen service member. And no number of medals and ribbons can comfort ones left behind. Today, people throughout the country will gather together to remember, to honor, and to pay gratitude to those who have served this country. This broadcast is just one small spark in that flame of pride that burns across our nation today and every day. It's not a lot, but is one small way we can honor those who have made the ultimate sacrifice so we can live in freedom. Your remembrance today and that of the people gathering across America is a tribute to those lost troops and to their families. It is a way to say that we remember. From soldiers who shivered and starved through winter at Valley Forge, to the doughboys crouched in the muddy trenches of France, to the platoons that patrolled the hazy jungles of Vietnam, and the young men and women patrolling the mountains of Afghanistan. We remember and we honor them all. There are several individuals that I would like to recognize today. These individuals are soldiers, students, and even teachers that are currently enlisted in our great nation's military. The first warrior I would like to recognize is Private Roel Reyes. Private Reyes enlisted into the Indian Army National Guard earlier this year. After graduating from Frankfort High School, he will attend training at Fort Benning, Georgia, where he will attend the covenant title of infantryman. After training, he will return to Indiana to serve his country and community while attending college. The second warrior I would like to recognize is Riley Vesco, who enlisted into the United States Navy. He will be graduating early this year from Frankfort High School, and he will be attending training in August at the Great Lakes Academy. The third warrior I would like to recognize is Private Edgar Alcanito. He enlisted into the United States Army active duty, and he will be leaving for training after graduating Frankfort High School after this year. He will be attending training at Fort Benning, Georgia, and afterwards he will receive job training to become a tank crewman. The last person I would like to recognize is Specialist Matthew Dennison. Many of you know Mr. Dennison as a teacher here, but he is also a soldier in the Indiana Army National Guard. He enlisted last year and completed basic training over the summer. He is currently completing a 2-year officer candidate program, which upon completion will earn him the title of Second Lieutenant in the United States Army. I would like to say thank you to all of these soldiers and their willingness to serve our country. Make sure that if you see them today, that you say thank you as well. I would also like to thank Mr. Snoddy and his 5th period class for making this presentation possible. Today we have Riley Vesco of the United States Navy. Thank you, Riley. We also have Private Edgar Alcanito of the United States Army. Thank you. Outstanding. Thank you for watching this broadcast. May God bless you, your families, and all of this country's veterans.